Okay, this will be an interesting one if we can make this turn up nicely. I don't know how big we're going to make it. Like a lot of the ones, I'm going to have to see putting it on the glass before I can do any guesstimations of enlargements or reductions. In this case, an enlargement. So let's see if we can make it look nice. It's an interesting name for this original. It's an interesting one. We're going to make it look, going to make this light. Let's see what it is. It is the Industry Rose Foster, and there's a bit of a strobe effect with this lovely design. We're going to photocopy this facial image, but basically, yeah, the Industry makes me think of the photocopier industry, because normally when I hear the word the industry, I think of the photocopier industry. That's my natural association with the term the industry, is the photocopier industry, which is full of bullshit, full of shit, must I say. It's not the most hospitable place for a nerd, geek, or a toner head, or because it's all about money, and the people who control the industry currently are just money fuckers, and they don't care about the product or about the environment, generally speaking. They just are just in it for the money, and that's it. That's just the bottom line. They're in it for the money. They don't care about the product or the environment or the human race. They just care about making it quick dollar, just like any other corporation does. And I just have I don't revere the industry at all anymore. I used to when I was young and naive and misguided. But I now know that the industry is not my friend. The photocopier industry is not my friend. Now that's crooked. Yeah, it's not my friend anymore, folks. I don't feel a connection to the industry anymore, the photocopier industry rather. I don't feel any kind of sense of reverement at all. I just feel a sense, I just don't believe in it anymore. I just don't have any respect for it now. It's just my admiration for the industry has just gone through the floor. It's just died. It's died a slow and agonising death. So now I just treat it like it's a piece of shit. I just have no respect for it. I just kick it to the curb and that's it. I don't have any feelings for it. I just don't respect it. I just feel as if I've just been sold a lie by these bitches who run the industry. You know, I just buy their equipment. I need their equipment, folks, don't get me wrong. But I know that the photocopier industry is underperforming in areas, the environment, the human race, and the product. Now we've got, I think that's at the top of the where I have it. I'm just trying to see how this enlargement has worked. I think I got the wrong enlargement. I think I enlarged it the wrong way. I don't know why that's still in much the same position. I'm trying to think. But basically, I know, I accidentally forgot to put 260 on the vertical. So yeah, the vertical was meant to go 260. Sorry, I'm not concentrating, folks. Actually, we're going to make it a bit bigger. Going to make it, get out. 260. We're just going to go 260 on the vertical. But basically, the industry just doesn't give me a sense of wonderment anymore. You know, the industry is just a cruel machine that in itself that doesn't care, and I just don't have any respect for it. You'll often hear me in my videos giving it a real hard time, but I just feel so angry at the industry, and I make jokes about it. I try to make it into a humorous kind of thing. I try to parody it because it just hasn't won my respect. It's lost my respect. The respect I once had for companies like Xerox, for example, has just gone through the floor. I don't care anymore. I don't care about what they think of me and my video work. I don't care anymore, folks. I have lost my appetite for the industry, as I call it. The industry, like the book, like the title of the book, rather. I don't think the book has anything to do with the photocopier industry somehow, but basically that's my take on the phrase, the industry, is the photocopier industry. I'm going to make this, I think, the centre of the page, so we're going to need more enlargement. Or maybe not. It might look good like this. But basically I just have no respect for it, folks. The industry has earned my scorn and my absolute and utter hatred. I just don't care anymore what they think of me. I don't care if they hate me anymore. You know, the industry's really made me feel disillusioned. And the equipment, you know, when you get a new photocopier, in the old days you used to get new features and all sorts of interesting shit. But now it's the same features, different layout. They changed things in such a way that it could only be referred to as tinkering around the edges. If anyone has heard that phrase before, tinkering around the edges, which means they just do little bits. They don't make any real improvements. They just sort of make trivial sorts of improvements, like changing the layout of the user interface. Instead of it being tabs, it's supposed to be a smartphone simulation, and it doesn't work that well. It doesn't work as well as it should, but then they don't even add any new features. They just change the layout of the thing, and they don't add any new features. So that's what I meant by tinkering around the edges, for example. So they just do little bits here and there, and that's it. And they call it innovation. They call it a breakthrough. I call it fuck. No, fuck. Not up, down. I call it down. Fucking down. Up yours. Now, what am I doing peace symbol? Why should I give peace to the industry? I'm giving you guys the wrong signals. I think maybe this industry is making me so wound up that I'm mistakenly giving it praise. No, I don't want to give it praise. It's not peace to the industry. The industry is not full of peace. It's an industry that doesn't give peace to the people that work in it. You know, there's got to be slave workers in these photocopier factories. I can't see any other way that a company like Konica Minolta can choose to put labour in China and Vietnam, because they're willing to be treated like slaves to make so that companies like Konica Minolta can make a profit. You know, I don't know. I can't prove it though, because these photocopier factories don't make videos of what they do, and if they did make videos, they of course wouldn't show the real truth that goes on. And if you try to bring a hidden camera in, forget it. They've probably got metal detectors and shit like that to prevent you from bringing cameras in and security. So there's no way I can work out just what goes on. But the hush cloak and dagger attitude, and there's a song by Nick Kershaw called Cloak and Dagger. Look up Nick Kershaw, look up Cloak and Dagger, because that song appears to describe the photocopier industry as we know it. Cloak and Dagger. I can't sing it, sorry folks, I don't want to try sing it, but look it up, listen to the lyrics, or maybe try to look up the lyrics of the song, and they just sound almost magically like how I see the photocopier industry today. It's an incredible song. It came out in the early to mid-80s, if I'm correct. And it was by a guy called, Nick Kershaw. He has a lot of interesting songs that seem almost like prophecies, if you believe in fucking prophecy. Now, I'm not going all Christian on you. There's a lot of different prophets from different religions. So just think that maybe somehow the music industry back then had some really good ideas in encouraging talent, like Nick Kershaw to hit the radio. But think of it. Look up the song Cloak and Dagger by Nick Kershaw. That'll give you an idea of how it sounds about the photocopier industry. Anyway, enough about that. I think that looks good. Gotta go.